Hey everyone, and welcome back to Themindbender. If you've ever wondered who invented the light bulb or when we first saw the wheel, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into the history books for a fun and challenging quiz. 10 questions on famous inventions and discoveries. The last one has interesting fun fact. So are you ready to test your knowledge and maybe learn a fun fact or two? Let's get started. Here we go with question 1. What famous device was invented by Scottish inventor Alexander Graham Bell? The options are telephone, printing press, steam engine, electric bulb. Time's up. The correct answer is telephone. The first words ever spoken over the telephone by Bell were, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you." He was actually asking his assistant, Thomas Watson, for help after spilling acid on himself. Question 2. Which scientist developed the theory of general relativity in the early 20th century? Here are the options: Isaac Newton, Stephen Hawking, Galileo Galilei, Albert Einstein. This is a big one. The answer is Albert Einstein. Genius. The theory of general relativity is most famously summarized by the equation E equals mc squared, which describes the relationship between mass and energy. Einstein was actually offered the presidency of Israel in 1952, but he declined. Question 3. The discovery of gravity is most famously associated with which English physicist? The options are Robert Boyle, Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, Galileo Galilei. The answer is Isaac Newton and a famous apple. The legendary story says that Newton was inspired by an apple falling from a tree. While the apple hitting his head is likely an exaggeration, he did observe the fall and realized the same force that pulled the apple down also governed the motion of the moon and planets. Question 4. Which computer scientist is credited with inventing the World Wide Web, WWW, in 1989? The options are Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Tim Berners-Lee, Mark Zuckerberg. The genius who gave us the internet as we know it is Tim Berners-Lee. The very first website created by Berners-Lee was at CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, and was put online in 1991. It simply explained what the World Wide Web was and how to use it. Question 5. The theory of evolution by natural selection was famously proposed by which naturalist? The options are Alfred Russel Wallace, Charles Darwin, Carl Linnaeus, Gregor Mendel. That would be Charles Darwin. Darwin's groundbreaking work, On the Origin of Species, was published in 1859. The observations and data he used to form his theory were primarily collected during his 5-year voyage around the world aboard the ship HMS Beagle. Question 6. The first practical refrigeration machine, essential for food preservation, was invented by which American physician? The options are James Watt, Carl von Linde, John Gorey, Clarence Birdseye. The inventor we're looking for is John Gorey. Dr. John Gorey invented his machine in 1851 to cool the air for yellow fever patients in Florida. His primary goal was not food preservation, but making his hospital patients more comfortable, making it a medical invention first. Question 7. The process of vulcanization, which improved rubber's strength and durability, was accidentally discovered by which American inventor? The options are Thomas Hancock, John Dunlop, Henry Ford, Charles Goodyear. The answer is Charles Goodyear. Yes, the same name as the tire company. Goodyear accidentally discovered vulcanization in 1839 when he dropped a mixture of rubber and sulfur onto a hot stove. Instead of melting, the rubber charred, becoming leathery and much more stable. A game-changing discovery for rubber products. Question 8. Who is the inventor widely recognized for making the first practical electric light bulb in 1879? Here are the options: Nikola Tesla, George Westinghouse, Thomas Edison, or Michael Faraday. This one's a classic. It's Thomas Edison. While Edison didn't invent the concept of the light bulb, his team perfected a long-lasting, commercially viable carbon filament bulb that could burn for over 13 hours. That's what brought electric light to the masses. Question 9. Which ancient civilization is credited with the invention of paper around 105 AD? The options are the Romans, the Chinese, the Egyptians, or the Greeks. Give a big hand to the Chinese. The earliest form of paper was made by processing the fibers from the inner bark of a mulberry tree, along with other materials like hemp and rags, and then pressing them into thin sheets. Before this, people primarily wrote on bamboo, silk, or clay tablets. Question 10. Which of these famous figures is credited with the discovery of penicillin? The options are Louis Pasteur, Marie Curie, Alexander Fleming, Jonas Salk. And the answer is Alexander Fleming. Fleming's discovery in 1928 was actually an accident. He left a petri dish uncovered near an open window before going on vacation. When he returned, he noticed a mold had grown and was killing the bacteria around it. Good thing he was a messy scientist. Whew, how did you do? Did you ace the quiz, or did you learn a few new fun facts along the way? Let me know your score out of 10 in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious. But wait, before you go, here is your bonus question. This one's for the true history buffs. Who invented the process of pasteurization to prevent milk and wine from spoiling? Drop your answer to that bonus question in the comments right now. I'll be replying to the first correct answers. If you had fun learning about these famous inventions and discoveries, please smash that like button right now. It really helps the channel. Also, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next awesome quiz video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!